Jimmy Kimmel is standing by Stephen Colbert in one of the most emotional moments in modern television, and his latest move has fans across the country talking. As Stephen Colbert prepares to host the final episode of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on May 21st, 2026, Jimmy Kimmel has made a remarkable decision. Instead of airing a new episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live on the same night, Kimmel and ABC will run a repeat episode. That means Kimmel is voluntarily stepping aside so that all attention can be focused on Colbert's final bow. In the highly competitive world of late-night television, this is a powerful show of friendship and respect. For people who do not closely follow late-night TV, this moment is bigger than it may seem at first glance. These hosts compete for ratings, interviews, headlines, and cultural influence. Their shows air at nearly the same time, and every night they battle for audience attention. So when one host intentionally gives up a new episode to honor another, it sends a clear message. Jimmy Kimmel is saying that Stephen Colbert's farewell is more important than competition. He wants viewers to experience the end of an era without distraction. This is not just the end of Stephen Colbert's run as host, it is the end of the entire Late Show franchise, one of the most legendary brands in television history. The Late Show began in 1993 when David Letterman launched the program after leaving NBC. Letterman hosted for more than 2 decades and turned the show into a cultural institution. In 2015, Stephen Colbert took over and brought his own style of intelligent satire, sharp political commentary, and heartfelt interviews. Now, after more than 30 years, the curtain is coming down for good. When CBS announced that The Late Show would be ending, the entertainment world was stunned. Fans had expected Colbert to continue for years. His ratings remained strong, his interviews regularly made headlines, and his opening monologues were often among the most talked about moments in political comedy. Viewers had come to rely on Colbert's wit and perspective, especially during major national events. The announcement felt sudden and deeply emotional for millions of loyal fans. CBS described the decision as a business move. According to the network, changing economics in broadcast television and the shrinking late-night advertising market made the show financially unsustainable. While some accepted that explanation, others were skeptical. Critics wondered whether larger corporate restructuring and shifting priorities at Paramount influenced the decision. Fans debated online whether politics, finances, or changing media habits were truly responsible. Regardless of the reason, the result was the same. One of television's most respected hosts was preparing to say goodbye. Stephen Colbert addressed the news with honesty and grace. Speaking to his audience, he expressed gratitude for the opportunity to host the show and for the people who worked alongside him every night. He emphasized that this was not a situation where another host would replace him. Instead, the entire Late Show franchise was ending. That revelation made the moment even more significant. Viewers realized they were not simply losing a host, they were witnessing the end of a television dynasty. Colbert's journey to The Late Show had already made him a beloved figure long before he sat behind the famous desk. He first became widely known as a correspondent on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. Later, he created The Colbert Report, where he played a satirical version of a conservative pundit. The show became a critical and commercial success. Colbert demonstrated a rare combination of intelligence, humor, and emotional depth, making him a natural choice to follow David Letterman. When Colbert debuted as host of The Late Show in September 2015, some viewers wondered whether he could step out behind his satirical persona and connect as himself. He quickly proved he could. His interviews felt thoughtful and sincere, his comedy was razor-sharp, and his ability to discuss politics and personal loss resonated deeply. Over the years, he transformed the program into a show that was both entertaining and meaningful. Jimmy Kimmel's relationship with Colbert has evolved over many years. Though they work for competing networks, the two hosts have built a genuine friendship. They have appeared on each other's shows, shared stories about family life, and supported each other during difficult moments. Their camaraderie has always felt authentic. In an industry known for rivalry, Kimmel and Colbert have shown that respect and friendship can matter more than ratings. When the cancellation was announced, Kimmel reacted immediately and passionately. He publicly expressed his support for Colbert, making it clear that he believed Colbert deserved better. Fans praised Kimmel for speaking openly and standing with his friend. His words spread quickly online, becoming one of the most discussed celebrity reactions to the news. For many viewers, Kimmel said exactly what they were feeling.
Now, with Colbert's final episode approaching, Kimmel has taken his support a step further. Choosing not to air a new episode is not just symbolic. It means sacrificing a fresh show, a chance at ratings, and a place in the nightly news cycle. Kimmel is effectively telling his audience that there is only one show that matters that night. He wants the television world focused entirely on Stephen Colbert. This gesture carries extra weight because Kimmel has done something similar before. In 2015, when David Letterman hosted his final episode, Kimmel also chose to air a rerun rather than compete for viewers. That move was widely praised as an elegant tribute to one of his heroes. More than a decade later, Kimmel is repeating the tradition for Colbert, showing the same respect to another host he deeply admires. The fact that Kimmel reserves this gesture for truly historic moments says a lot. He does not make this decision lightly. By doing it for Colbert, he is placing Colbert's farewell in the same category as David Letterman's retirement. That is an extraordinary statement about how highly Kimmel regards Colbert's contribution to television and culture. Fans have responded with overwhelming emotion. Social media has been filled with comments describing Kimmel's decision as classy, generous, and heartfelt. Many viewers said the gesture brought tears to their eyes. Others noted how refreshing it is to see public figures support each other rather than compete for attention. In a media landscape often dominated by controversy, this story feels genuinely uplifting. The timing also comes during a period of uncertainty for late-night television as a whole. Traditional network talk shows face growing pressure from streaming platforms, podcasts, and online creators. Younger audiences increasingly consume clips on social media rather than watching full episodes live. Advertising revenues have declined and production costs remain high. Several shows have reduced staff or changed formats to adapt. Despite these challenges, late-night hosts have become closer in recent years. One of the clearest examples came during the 2023 writers' strike, when Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, and John Oliver launched the Strike 5 podcast. The podcast was created to support their out-of-work staff members by generating revenue during the shutdown. What began as a practical solution quickly became a showcase for their real friendship. Listeners loved hearing the hosts joke, tell stories, and discuss their lives with honesty and humor. The podcast revealed that these supposed rivals genuinely care about one another. They shared insecurities, parenting stories, and career experiences. Fans who had assumed the hosts were locked in bitter competition were surprised to discover how supportive they were behind the scenes. That bond was on full display during Colbert's farewell week. Several of his fellow hosts appeared together in the Ed Sullivan Theater, turning the moment into both a reunion and a tribute. The atmosphere was filled with laughter, nostalgia, and unmistakable emotion. Everyone understood that they were witnessing a major turning point in television history. During one especially memorable moment, Colbert joked that he would finally have time to appear on his friends' shows. Jimmy Kimmel instantly replied that Colbert could host Jimmy Kimmel Live for the entire year if he wanted. The audience erupted. It was a funny line, but it also carried real affection. Kimmel was essentially telling Colbert that his talent and presence would always be welcome. For longtime viewers, that exchange was deeply touching. It reminded audiences that these hosts are more than famous comedians. They are colleagues who have navigated changing politics, family milestones, and industry upheaval together. They understand the pressure and responsibility that comes with speaking to millions of people each night. Their support for one another is rooted in shared experience.
Stephen Colbert's impact on television cannot be overstated. He combined satire with intellectual curiosity and emotional honesty in a way few hosts have matched. His interviews often moved beyond promotional chatter to genuine conversations about art, grief, faith, and public life. Guests frequently commented that Colbert asked more thoughtful questions than almost anyone else in the business. His monologues also became essential viewing for many Americans. During election cycles, national crises, and cultural debates, Colbert's commentary offered both humor and perspective. Some viewers tuned in primarily for laughter, while others appreciated the sense of clarity and moral conviction he brought to complex issues. Love him or disagree with him, his voice carried undeniable influence. Over his years at The Late Show, Colbert welcomed presidents, actors, musicians, scientists, and everyday heroes. He created viral moments, won major awards, and maintained a reputation for preparation and professionalism. Behind the scenes, staff members frequently praised his kindness and leadership. Many who worked on the show described it as one of the most supportive environments in television. That is one reason the cancellation has felt so personal. Fans are not simply losing a program they enjoy. Hundreds of writers, producers, camera operators, and crew members are also seeing the end of a creative home. Colbert has repeatedly acknowledged their contributions and made sure the spotlight includes the people who helped shape the show every night. David Letterman has also voiced strong support for Colbert. As the man who launched The Late Show and selected Colbert as his successor, Letterman's opinion carries tremendous weight. He has made it clear that he believes Colbert upheld and expanded the legacy of the franchise. Hearing Letterman defend Colbert added another emotional layer to the farewell. Other celebrities have shared tributes as well. Actors, musicians, comedians, and journalists have praised Colbert for his intellect, warmth, and integrity. Many described his show as one of the few places where meaningful conversations still happen on television. Others thanked him for making them laugh during difficult periods in their lives. The flood of appreciation has underscored just how widely respected he is. As the final episode approaches, expectations are incredibly high. Fans anticipate surprise guests, emotional speeches, and perhaps a few unforgettable comedic moments. Some hope for appearances from past collaborators, while others simply want to hear Colbert reflect on his journey. Whatever happens, the night is certain to be historic. The setting itself adds to the significance. The Ed Sullivan Theater in New York has hosted countless legendary moments, from Letterman's top 10 lists to Colbert's viral monologues. For decades, that stage has served as a nightly meeting place for millions of viewers. The final sign-off will close a remarkable chapter in broadcast history. Jimmy Kimmel's decision ensures that the spotlight remains where fans believe it belongs. Rather than dividing attention between competing late-night shows, audiences can unite around one shared experience. In an era when entertainment is fragmented across countless platforms, there's something special about millions of people watching the same emotional event together. Kimmel's gesture also reflects his own understanding of television history. He knows what it means to inherit a time slot, build a loyal audience, and sustain a nightly show for decades. He recognizes the dedication required to produce a program that informs and entertains at the same time. By stepping aside, he's honoring the work behind the laughter. Many fans see this as one of the most meaningful celebrity gestures of the year. It is not flashy, expensive, or designed to dominate headlines. It is a quiet decision rooted in admiration and friendship. And sometimes those understated choices resonate more than grand public statements ever could.
There's also a lesson here about professional respect. In many industries, people are encouraged to outshine competitors and chase every advantage. Kimmel's decision offers a different model. It shows that recognizing someone else's achievements can be more powerful than promoting your own. Support can be just as memorable as performance. For viewers who grew up with late-night television, Colbert's farewell will likely feel deeply nostalgic. Generations of fans have stayed up to watch monologues, celebrity interviews, and musical performances. These shows have provided laughter after long days and companionship during uncertain times. Saying goodbye to The Late Show means saying goodbye to a familiar ritual. Yet, Colbert's influence will continue. His body of work remains available to revisit, and his voice will undoubtedly find new outlets in the future. Whether he returns to television, writes books, produces projects, or explores entirely new formats, his audience will be eager to follow. Final episodes may close chapters, but they do not erase legacies. As for Jimmy Kimmel, his gesture will likely be remembered as one of the defining images of this farewell. By doing less, he has said more. By stepping back, he has moved to the center of a story about friendship, humility, and respect. And by choosing a rerun, he has ensured that Stephen Colbert receives the undivided attention his final night deserves. When Stephen Colbert sits behind his desk for the last time and addresses viewers who have laughed with him for more than a decade, the moment will carry the weight of television history. It will celebrate a brilliant host, an extraordinary staff, and a franchise that shaped American culture. And thanks to Jimmy Kimmel, the entire late-night world will be watching together. In a business often defined by competition, this story reminds us that genuine friendship still matters, respect still matters, gratitude still matters, and sometimes the most meaningful tribute is simply stepping aside so a friend can take one final, unforgettable bow. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.